Hello student, today I am going to explain you the topic expansion of the British rule in India of chapter number 4. After the Nizam of Mysore and the chiefs of Maratha surrendered to the British rule, the British planned to extend their rule towards the north of India. First of all, the British entered into a friendship treaty with Nepal to avoid any threats from Nepal's end. The British also played politics in the border regions of India and captured them. Then they developed friendly relations with the Sikh king Maharaja Ranjit Singh. This allowed them to win the regions of Sindh and Afghan. Later, keeping in mind the increasing power and the strength of the Sikh, the British tried to capture the Sikh territories. However, this was not possible until Maharaja Ranjit Singh was alive. Maharaja Ranjit Singh was a strong and powerful ruler of his time. He had an equally powerful army set up with the help of European officers who protected his state very well. By attaining victory, he had established his rule in lots of states. Therefore, the British maintained a very friendly relationship with Ranjit Singh. Rather, they never tried to bring his territories under their rule. The British could not succeed in interfering in the state affairs of Punjab until Ranjit Singh was alive. But after the death of this great king, Punjab was distorted. Thus, the British easily got a chance to bring the Sikh territories under their rule. When Hardij became the Governor General of India, he brought the Sikh region under the British rule by using the policy of interference and annexation. Now, the Dalhousie policy of annexation. The aim of Wellesley's policy of expansion was to enslave the native kingdoms without using much of the British resources. Dalhousie became the Governor General of India. He strongly believed that the whole India should be brought under the British rule. For this, he adopted the annexation policy. Under the annexation policy, the British accused the Indian rulers of being irresponsible towards their kingdom, thus leading to misadministration of the state. To bring an end to the misadministration of the state, the company started interfering in the internal affairs of the state. Initially, the company annexed many states under the reasons of misadministration. Later, it also annexed Burma, now it is Myanmar, and some region of Punjab. Under this policy, if the king died without a son, his estate was also annexed. Dalhousie captured the kingdom of Satara, Jhansi, Nagpur, etc. under this policy. Thus, Dalhousie made many regions of India helpless with his policy of annexation. Dalhousie aimed at helping the British trader to make huge profit from the trade of tea, coffee and cotton by capturing the areas that produce these commodities on a large scale. To consolidate the British rule in India and to run the administration smoothly, many changes were introduced by Dalhousie in India. During his tenure, the first railway line was started between Mumbai and Thane in the year 1853 CE. The modern postal system started in India and wireless system between India and England too was introduced during his tenure. He passed laws to ban child marriage and advocate widow remarriage. English education spread in India during this time. The first three universities in India were established in Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata in the year 1857 CE. Thus, these reforms were basically for the expansion of British rule and ease in administration. Although Indians benefited later on, they had to suffer a lot with the introduction of British reform. Now, the last topic of the chapter is dissatisfaction of people. After the policy of subsidiary alliance, Dalhousie's policy of annexation shook the whole nation terrible. This resulted in the dissatisfaction among the people towards the British. Children, you must have seen the film Kranti and Mangal Pandey. If you have not seen, then try and see these movies. At this time, the people were suppressed under the dictatorial regime of the British. In addition to that, the reforms made by Dalhousie added fuel to fire. Different people reacted differently to railways, facilities of post and telegraph, and Western education. Orthodox people felt that the British wanted to destroy their culture. The reforms done by the British were basically for running the administration smoothly. The dissatisfaction of people had reached a point of saturation and they were in the state of rebellion, which resulted in the freedom movement of 1857. Now, I hope you have understood this chapter.